Isn't it truly intriguing to observe how, almost like clockwork, on the eve of February 13th each year, a palpable wave of panic sweeps through millions of people? It's an annual phenomenon where individuals suddenly awaken to the terrifying realization that they've neglected to arrange something truly extraordinary for the very next day, Valentine's Day. And I'm not merely talking about a casual, "Oh shoot, I should probably pick up some flowers on my way home." No, this is far deeper, a much more profound experience. I'm referring to a sudden, visceral ping of an existential crisis, a genuine dread that washes over them, akin to the horror of remembering you left the stove on 3 years ago. They perceive in that fleeting moment that their entire romantic partnership might just spontaneously combust and go up in a fiery blaze. All because they couldn't secure that coveted reservation at the exclusive French restaurant with the undoubtedly elegant, yet utterly unpronounceable name. Yet, what seldom enters our discussions, what remains largely unacknowledged, are the couples who foster the most resilient, the most enduring, and genuinely healthy relationships. These individuals, in their secure partnerships, typically find themselves unburdened by the specific anxieties or sleepless nights often associated with Valentine's Day. Now, before you hastily conclude that I am merely some jaded, cynical individual who harbors an inexplicable disdain for love and romance, allow me to clarify my position emphatically. I am absolutely not advocating that romance itself is obsolete, nor am I suggesting that you should refrain from performing kind and thoughtful gestures for your cherished partner. What I am endeavoring to highlight is that the intricate psychology underpinning our collective obsession with elevating this single specific day to such monumental importance reveals something profoundly uncomfortable about our prevailing notions of romantic connections. And frankly, the truth behind this phenomenon is probably not what you initially assume, challenging our preconceived ideas about love. You see, within the field of psychology, there exists a vital concept known as relationship maintenance. This theory essentially encompasses all the myriad, often small, deliberate actions we consistently undertake to nurture and sustain the health and vitality of our romantic partnerships over time. The very essence of a robust, enduring partnership hinges not on infrequent, dazzling displays of affection, but on the profound concept of relationship maintenance. This crucial process involves the continuous, often subtle, daily efforts that intricately weave together, forming the unbreakable fabric of a truly healthy and resilient connection. Groundbreaking researchers John Gottman and Robert Levinson dedicated decades to meticulously observing and analyzing countless couples, tirelessly seeking the true determinants of lasting marital success. Their remarkable discoveries unveiled a striking truth. The most successful relationships were emphatically not defined by extravagant, sweeping romantic gestures or grand, once-a-year declarations. Instead, these profoundly resilient couples excelled at consistently being present for one another, engaging in a myriad of small, deliberate acts of care and attention every single day. Gottman eloquently termed these vital interactions bids for connection, those fleeting yet powerful moments when one partner subtly extends an invitation for interaction. The other partner then lovingly acknowledges and responds, confirming their reciprocal engagement in the relationship's emotional give and take. Imagine simply brewing their favorite coffee precisely to their taste, or offering your full, undivided attention when they recount the frustrations of their day with an annoying colleague. It could even be as simple as truly noticing a subtle shift in their mood, sensing they seem off, and tenderly inquiring about what might be troubling them, showing genuine concern. Couples who truly flourished in their emotional landscape understood this deeply, engaging in these reciprocal bids with consistent regularity, fostering an atmosphere of mutual appreciation and security. Conversely, what became of those who neglected this daily emotional upkeep? They frequently fell into the perilous trap of hoarding all their relationship energy for grand displays. They reserved their significant efforts and grand expressions of love solely for specific designated special occasions, often believing this would magically compensate for everyday neglect. And this is precisely where the manufactured pressure and heightened expectations of Valentine's Day ironically transform it into a perplexing and often detrimental trap for many. What truly happens when we funnel all our emotional and romantic energy into a single solitary day? This singular focus inadvertently devalues the other 365 days of the year, implying their significance is diminished. It's akin to expecting peak physical fitness by visiting the gym just once annually. Our emotional relationship muscles simply don't develop that way. Research exists to corroborate these observations, and I will provide links for those interested in delving deeper. Studies consistently show that when individuals feel compelled to perform romance on specific dates, such as Valentine's Day or even New Year's Eve, this externally imposed pressure paradoxically leads to a measurable decline in overall relationship satisfaction over time. The academic community has coined this phenomenon prescribed relationship behaviors to describe this mandated performance. It appears that obligations inherently strip the authentic romance from a partnership, rendering genuine expressions meaningless. Our brains are remarkably adept at distinguishing between actions performed out of societal expectation or fear of being a bad partner, versus those actions born from a pure, heartfelt desire to connect and express love. This isn't just a minor distinction. It's a profound, subtle difference that influences the very fabric of our connections. Consider this deeply. The very act of elevating Valentine's Day into a high-stakes, pressure-laden spectacle may unwittingly sabotage the genuine love it intends to honor. However, the implications extend far beyond this simple undermining effect. When society pushes us to view Valentine's Day as the definitive benchmark for our affections, a grand ultimate test of how deeply we love, we inadvertently subscribe to a fascinating psychological concept, the symbolic self-completion theory. This idea explains our need to prove ourselves when internal doubts about our relationship's solidity begin to surface, stemming from deep-seated insecurities about our own role. At its core, this theory suggests that when an individual harbors insecurities, perhaps questioning their worth as a partner, they instinctively seek to alleviate this anxiety through external validation. They do so by engaging in highly visible, symbolic actions designed to outwardly demonstrate their commitment and competence, often to themselves as much as to others, in a grand spectacle. There's a curious inverse relationship at play. The more extravagant and public the romantic gesture becomes, the less emotional energy one might feel compelled to invest in daily relationship maintenance. The performance of love, the grand spectacle of affection, overshadows and ultimately displaces the authentic, lived experience and genuine substance of love itself. The act takes precedence over the feeling. The relentless societal pressure of performative romance doesn't merely impact individuals, it profoundly reshapes entire relationships. This phenomenon is intricately explained by something fundamental in psychology, Leon Festinger's social comparison theory. Festinger, a brilliant mind, first articulated this theory way back in 1954, long before the digital age. Yet its resonance in our current hyper-connected world makes it more potent and urgent than ever before. In essence, we possess an inherent, almost compulsive tendency to measure our own romantic bonds against those of others, a tendency drastically amplified and distorted by the ubiquitous presence of social media. Consequently, when the highly anticipated Valentine's Day arrives, bringing with it a torrent of meticulously curated posts, showcasing extravagant date nights, luxurious gifts, and surprise romantic getaways, we are thrust into an unfair arena. Suddenly, we find ourselves not merely contending with our personal desires and expectations, but also battling the meticulously edited highlight reels of countless others, presented as ideal realities. Our subconscious mind, bombarded by these seemingly perfect romantic displays, inevitably begins to whisper unsettling questions. Am I truly good enough for my partner? Is our relationship as profound and beautiful as what I see paraded online? This internal query persists, even though on a rational level, we understand that no one is documenting or sharing the quiet, mundane comfort of their ordinary Tuesday nights, spent simply existing together in companionable silence. And paradoxically, it is precisely in these unglamorous, unposted, shared moments of everyday life that the deepest, most authentic intimacy truly flourishes and resides within a relationship. A groundbreaking study by Eli Finkel and his esteemed colleagues introduced the illuminating concept of self-expansion theory, offering a profound understanding of relational dynamics. This theory posits that couples who actively seek to grow together, consistently engaging in novel and shared experiences, invariably report higher levels of satisfaction and deeper fulfillment in their relationships. It's a powerful insight into what truly nourishes a bond, showing that continuous personal and shared evolution is key to enduring happiness. However, it's crucial to understand that these precious, relationship-enhancing memories don't necessitate lavish extravagance or immense financial investment. You don't need a Michelin star meal at a French restaurant or an expensive exotic vacation to achieve this profound connection. The real magic lies elsewhere. The magic truly lies in the experience simply being new and, most importantly, authentically shared between partners, regardless of its grandiosity. Imagine the simple joy of trying a brand new recipe together in your domestic kitchen, transforming a mundane task into an adventure for your taste buds and spirits. Or even just exploring a previously untraveled walking route hand in hand, discovering new sights and sounds as a unified pair. What truly matters above all else is the inherent novelty of the shared activity itself, bringing fresh perspectives and mutual growth. It's certainly not about its monetary cost or its potential to become an Instagrammable moment, meticulously curated for social media validation. Therefore, when Valentine's Day is inflated into an enormous, elaborate production, demanding grand gestures and public displays, we inadvertently miss the profound, simple essence of genuine connection. We become fixated on the fleeting spectacle rather than nurturing the enduring, quiet substance of a truly loving bond. It's akin to diligently selecting the most astronomically expensive birthday cake imaginable, a show of opulence, while completely overlooking the specific, cherished flavor your partner genuinely loves and desires. In such instances, the true spirit of thoughtful connection becomes tragically lost amidst the performance and the superficial expectations. And now, let's turn our attention to the often overlooked emotional landscape of those who find themselves single on Valentine's Day. For many, this day isn't just a minor annoyance, it's a genuine psychological minefield, fraught with unseen pressures and manufactured expectations. There's a well-established psychological phenomenon known as social pain, a concept where the agony of exclusion or feeling profoundly left out triggers the same neural pathways in the brain that respond to physical injury. Neuroscientists have meticulously documented how these brain regions light up, mirroring the sensation of a literal wound. Therefore, when you are single and navigating the pervasive, saccharine advertisements and public displays of affection on Valentine's Day, and the entire world appears to be exclusively celebrating romantic partnership, it's far more than a mere uncomfortable feeling. This manufactured scenario can, in fact, induce a form of suffering that is quite literally painful, registered within the complex network of our neurological system. But here lies the truly startling revelation. This profound sense of anguish isn't primarily because you are physically alone. Rather, it stems from an insidious, culturally ingrained belief that you should be celebrating a significant romantic milestone, a joy that you currently perceive yourself as lacking. If we were to strip away this powerful cultural expectation to detach from the collective societal narrative, then February 14th would simply revert to being just another ordinary Thursday on the calendar. The suffering experienced on this particular day isn't an intrinsic consequence of one single status. Instead, it is meticulously fabricated by a widespread communal agreement that imbues this specific date with an importance far exceeding all others. Now, I am by no means advocating for a radical stance, suggesting we become relationship anarchists who vehemently deny the very existence or significance of Valentine's Day. My proposition is far more subtle, yet profoundly impactful. Perhaps, just perhaps, our entire approach to this annual ritual has been fundamentally misguided. Instead of channeling immense pressure and importance onto a solitary day, what if we reallocated that energy, striving to make every single day of our lives carry a little bit of significant importance? Perhaps we've been looking at the very essence of celebration and appreciation completely backward. Instead of piling all our romantic expectations onto a single monumental day, imagine if we dispersed that significance, making every ordinary day feel just a little bit important, subtly acknowledged. Groundbreaking research by psychology professor Sarah Algo reveals a profound truth about the power of genuine gratitude within relationships. Her studies underscore a fundamental aspect of human connection. She discovered that when partners consistently expressed appreciation for one another, not merely during preordained celebrations or anniversaries, but in small, spontaneous, and truly authentic moments, the benefits were immense and mutual. These couples reported feeling a deeper sense of connection, experiencing significantly greater satisfaction with the very fabric of their shared bond, fostering resilience and understanding. The absolute cornerstone here is authenticity, genuine being the operative word, a stark contrast to gestures that feel performative or born purely out of obligation. It's about a sincere, heartfelt recognition of the other person's worth and contributions, not just ticking a box on a social checklist. This daily practice of genuine appreciation is, admittedly, far more challenging than the annual, perhaps even thoughtless, purchase of a bouquet of roses. It demands a consistent, sincere, and often difficult attention to the nuances of your partner's life and your shared experiences. True devotion manifests not when it's easy, but when you choose to be fully present and engaged, even after an exhausting day, when convenience is a distant memory. It's in those quiet, unobserved moments, performing small acts of kindness or offering a word of thanks, when nobody else is around to witness or applaud your efforts. A truly resilient relationship doesn't thrive on the fleeting validation from a circled calendar date, or the fleeting, impressed reactions of friends scrolling through your carefully curated social media posts. It builds its strength internally from consistent private acts of love and respect. So, ironically, perhaps the most profoundly healthy action you can take this Valentine's Day is to simply not turn it into a monumental event. Instead, perhaps just enjoy a quiet, nice dinner together, if that feels right. Maybe share some chocolates, watch a comforting movie, or simply do nothing special at all. The choice and the genuine feeling is entirely yours. The truly healthy approach this season is to liberate your relationship from the perceived burden of Valentine's Day, allowing it to be a joyous option rather than a rigid obligation. After all, the real work, the profound joy, and the lasting intimacy of a partnership are cultivated not in a single high-pressure event, but steadily over the course of the entire year. It's about meticulously building a bond where your beloved inherently understands and deeply feels your affection, long before any specific date arrives. This profound certainty of being cherished isn't born from a grand singular performance on February 14th. Instead, it blossoms and strengthens through consistent, gentle acts of love shown on ordinary Tuesday afternoons, the calm of Saturday mornings, and countless other entirely unremarkable days throughout the year.
The uncomfortable truth we must face is this. If the only time your relationship truly feels vibrant and exceptionally special is precisely on Valentine's Day, then perhaps that feeling of specialness isn't authentic connection at all. It's merely a predefined, socially programmed obligation, simply scheduled onto the calendar. We hope this deep dive into the psychology of Valentine's Day has truly resonated with you, sparking new thoughts and understanding. If our exploration has captured your interest and you're keen for more, please consider tapping that subscribe button right now. Your continued support is invaluable, and if you wish to help us keep crafting these insightful discussions, you can easily tap the join button below to become a channel member. Every membership genuinely means a tremendous amount to our small team, enabling us to bring you even more deep dives and thought-provoking content.